Let me tell you the story of a young man named Daniel. A story that might completely shift the way you see your own life. Daniel lived in a quiet town just outside Chicago. He was 26, smart, healthy, capable. But he had one problem. He never felt satisfied. No matter what he had, he always focused on what he didn't. He had a decent job, but he complained about the salary. He had friends, but he felt they didn't do enough. He had a roof over his head, but wished it was bigger. He had a car, but wanted a newer one. Every morning he woke up with a heavy sigh, as if he was preparing for a bad day. Even before the day began, inside his heart, there was a quiet storm, a constant whisper, "Your life isn't enough." And slowly this mindset started affecting everything. His relationships, his peace, his sleep, his joy. One evening after another long, stressful day, Daniel visited his grandfather, a man known in the family for his wisdom and his gentle way of seeing the world. The old man noticed Daniel's tired eyes and said, "Son, you look like you're carrying the whole world on your shoulders." Daniel sighed. "You won't understand. Nothing in my life is going right." The old man smiled softly. "Come with me." He took Daniel outside into the backyard, where the night sky was full of stars. They sat down on a wooden bench, a bench older than Daniel himself. "Tell me this," the old man said. "Did you eat today?" Daniel replied, "Yes." "Did you sleep in a bed last night?" "Yes." "Can you breathe, walk, see, hear, think, talk?" Daniel nodded. "Yes, of course. But what does that have to do with anything?" The old man looked at him and said, "Everything. It has everything to do with your life. You think you have nothing, but you have everything people pray for?" Daniel stayed quiet, a bit annoyed, a bit confused. The old man continued, "Let me tell you a story, my boy. A true one." He spoke about a friend of his, a man named Marvin, who lost his legs in an accident, a man who would give anything just to walk again. He spoke about a neighbor who worked 3 jobs just to buy her kids a meal. She would cry, wishing for the life Daniel already had. He spoke about a blind man he once met, who said, "If I could see a sunrise just once, I would die peacefully." Then the old man looked at Daniel right in the eyes and said, "You're so blessed that your problems are mostly in your mind, not your reality. Your life isn't lacking. Your gratitude is." Those words hit Daniel like a wave. Gratitude. The one thing he never practiced, the one thing he never saw as important. The old man stood up, went inside, and came back with a small notebook. He placed it in Daniel's hand. "This is your gratitude journal. Every morning, before you complain, before you check your phone, write down 3 things you're thankful for. Do this for 30 days and your life will change. Not because your circumstances will change, but because you will." Daniel took the notebook home that night. He wrote his first 3 lines. "I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my bed. I'm grateful for my grandfather." Simple, nothing fancy. The next morning he wrote again. After 1 week, something shifted. Daniel felt lighter, calmer, more aware. He noticed the warmth of sunlight, the taste of his morning coffee, the sound of birds, the softness of his blanket. Things he always ignored now felt like gifts at work. He complained less and started appreciating more. He thanked his co-workers. He smiled more. He wasn't angry at every small inconvenience. At home, he became kinder, more patient, more loving, because gratitude softens the heart and makes room for peace. By day 30, Daniel felt like a new man, not because life got easier, but because he learned to see what was already beautiful. Then one morning, he wrote the most meaningful line in his journal. "I'm grateful for my life, just as it is right now." He visited his grandfather again, hugged him tightly and said, "Thank you. You didn't change my life. You taught me how to see the life I already had." The old man smiled. That's the power of gratitude. When you start counting blessings, you stop counting problems, and when your heart is full, your worries become small. Daniel walked away with a peaceful heart, a clear mind, and a new way of living. Gratitude didn't give him a new life. It gave him new eyes, new perspective, new strength, new peace. And from that day forward, whenever life got hard, he opened that journal and reminded himself, Happiness is not about getting more. It's about appreciating what you already have.